Welcome to another video, and it seems like every other week there's some new TikTok trend or challenge that you see people doing, and I feel like these TikTok challenges have become sort of like a microcosm of our society. I think it's easy to see where we as a civilization are at just by looking at these trends, and every time I watch these quote-unquote challenges, they usually make me think, what the fuck did I just watch? What did I just put myself through? What is my life? And the one we're going to be looking at today is known as the NyQuil chicken trend, also known as the sleepy chicken trend. For those of you who may not know, NyQuil is a type of medicine that relieves coughs and cold and flu-like symptoms at night, which can help you sleep better. But instead of that, these TikTokers have found a new use for NyQuil, which is to add it as basically a fucking seasoning to their chicken. Before we get into it, apologies if my voice sounds bad, I do have a very bad cough, but without any further delays, let's get into it. You should be very chicken about trying this new TikTok trend. The so-called NyQuil chicken or sleepy chicken trend consists of cooking chicken breasts in a pan while they're drenched in NyQuil or some similar over-the-counter cough and cold medication. Now, in general, you should be careful about what you put on your chicken breasts, but cooking chicken breasts with such a medication will be particularly foul play and potentially very bad for you. It's not clear if this bird-brained trend was originally meant to be a joke. As you can see in the following video, the narrator didn't really clarify whether he was providing an actual cooking lesson or rather a cough parody. Funny enough, the YouTube video this article is referring to that actually shows someone cooking chicken with NyQuil was actually taken down due to it violating terms of service. But yeah, I don't think I really need to explain this, but I will anyway. NyQuil is not a fucking seasoning that you can just marinate your chicken with. If you want something to season your chicken with, you can easily use salt and pepper, or you can use literally any other kind of spice like chili pepper or hot sauce, really anything that is actually safe to consume with food and preferably isn't an over-the-counter medication. These spices and sauces are usually very cheap and they'll make your food actually taste good. So please, when you go shopping next time for sauces or seasonings, do yourself a favor and walk straight past the medicine section. I know it may be tempting just seeing those shelves of multicolored drugs that you think might taste good with your dinner, but I promise you there's a whole section of the store that has you covered. If you're gonna get a certain medication as a medical necessity, then please by all means do it, but don't think you're getting exotic by adding some to your rotisserie chicken. Like the article said, it really isn't clear whether this trend is a joke or not, but do yourself a favor and don't buy into it. Nevertheless, the narrator then poured ample amounts of this medication onto the chicken while heating everything in a pan. He explained, "I've done this in the past, and I usually use about, 4/3 in a bottle," without clarifying what exactly 4/3 in a bottle means. He continued with, "If this is your first time doing this, you can get away with using about 1/5. As the chicken boiled in what was essentially a cold and cough medicine jacuzzi, the narrator proceeded with, season that NyQuil in there just at the right temperature. You want to let it sit there and let it sizzle for about 5 to 30 minutes. I'm sorry, 5 to 30 minutes? That is not a clear time frame. There's a huge gap between those two numbers. Who would actually take cooking advice from this person? If you want advice to make your cooking better and your food taste better, there's plenty of videos and people you can watch, such as famous chefs like Gordon Ramsay, as well as cooking shows. You don't need to listen to this person who likely knows nothing about food and is simply following a stupid trend for views and likes. Now this next bit talks about the negative health effects of this challenge, but I'm not going to read all of it, so you're welcome to pause the video and read it for yourself. The article is from Forbes, but I did do my own research and it seems to check out, so take from that what you will. Secondly, boiling off the water in a medication could make it much more concentrated and thus raise the risk of an overdose. The risks of an overdose depend on what specific ingredients are in the medicine. Basically, doing something like this can put you at risk of dizziness, seizures, nausea, vomiting, breathing problems, blurry vision, twitching, palpitations, high fevers, hallucinations, and even brain damage. Listen guys, just don't do it. You really don't want to go to the hospital and have a room full of doctors just staring you down when you or someone else tells them that you cooked your chicken with fucking NyQuil. You are not a chef on the cooking show Chopped, and if you do this, the only chopping I can really guarantee is the chopping of your oxygen circulation. That probably didn't make much sense, but you get the idea. Not to mention the cost for treatment and the ambulance if things get really bad. But yeah, like the article said, there is a possibility to overdose, especially when you're boiling it, because you're literally breathing it in, which could cause it to slip into the bloodstream and then things get really bad. Now, I'm not a doctor, so if I'm wrong about any of this, definitely let me know. I don't know if this trend is a joke or not, but we've seen time and time again of people getting hurt or even killed in these challenges, so I don't really know what to think of this. The only thing challenging about these trends are the mentally challenged people who partake in this, only to hurt themselves or worse just for their 15 seconds of fame. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.